Hi, OP friends. So if you guys are just joining me for the first time, I am a Myers-Briggs INFP, and I'm actually trained and certified in Myers-Briggs. So that is the world that I come from, and it's the way that I used to see everything. But I am slowly dissolving that in favor of OP, which I am currently learning. I think I am on maybe week 2 of just devouring content. So for OP, my unofficial typing to date is MFSIFI, sleep, consume, blast, play, which makes me an ISTJ, that is jumping functions. And I've mentioned this before, but it's very hard for me to deal with the fact that I could possibly be an ISTJ, just because in my Myers-Briggs head, ISTJs are some of the most dry and literal people ever, but I know that's coming from a Myers-Briggs mindset. So I'm trying to erase all of that and really explore the possibility of being lead SI with FI. So my videos are really just me kind of processing my OP journey. Please take everything I say with a grain of salt. Like I am still learning. So I don't want to like prematurely blast anything that I might be wrong on. So just please know that I'm still learning. So nothing I say is like fact. It's just me processing my journey. Okay, and with that said, I advise you guys to watch my videos on like 1.5 speed or higher because I am a mope. I have sleep consume first. Well, unofficially. So, and I think a lot of you guys have said that you see a lot more play energy coming out in my videos. But again, I want to throw out the possibility that the play energy that you guys are seeing is really because I freaking love OP, and I'm just excited to talk about it. And again, if you met me on any other occasion, I don't think I'm as like chirpy and talkative because this is my favorite topic. And so my FI is just like, yeah, like I love this. I want to talk about it. So I think that's where a lot of people are picking up a lot of that play energy. But again, my typing was unofficial, and it was done by 2 pairs of teams who all came back with the same result. So I don't know. I'm keeping my mind open to possibly being something else, and that's okay. So I noticed that my videos are very, very long, and I want to make them shorter so that it's more, I don't know, accessible and easier to watch. But I can't help it. It's like I love this topic so much that I really could probably like do a 2-3 hour podcast type style like every single day, and it's really an outlet for me because you guys know this is not something you can just talk to anyone in your life about. It is very technical. It is kind of like just nerdy, I think. I'm actually not sure. Sometimes I wonder. So I haven't really shared my channel or my videos with any like friends or people like that in my life. The only people that know I have this channel is really like my husband and my brother, oh, and my mom. But but I haven't shared this channel like, you know, publicly on my like Instagram or Facebook or anything like that. And there's a part of me that just wonders like, if I were to just suddenly announce that I have this channel where I'm talking about OP and personality typing, like I wonder how people would perceive this, you know, like they open up my video and it's just me rambling about like SIFI, sleep savior, savior SI masculine, and it just must sound like some type of, I don't know, like Dungeons and Dragons type of mythical world. Like what the hell is she talking about? So yeah, sometimes I want to do that. Like I think when I have enough videos, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna just like say, hey guys, by the way, I know you don't know this side of me, but here's what I've been doing. And I'm kind of curious to see how other people react and take this. I have no idea if this is considered like nerdy or weird at all, but who freaking cares, right? I love this. And if you're watching this, and you probably love this too, and we're all in the same rabbit hole, and that's where I'm coming from. Okay. So I made a few changes to my channel. I added some new video covers because my videos are so like shit quality. It's basically me like recording this on like a Zoom meeting and then just uploading it. But yesterday I went and added a few little video covers, which I just like whipped up in Photoshop. And then yesterday I attempted to add some like text overlay and stuff, but it was my first time video editing, and my computer was just like, it was like lagging and freezing, and like it was really pissing me off. And so I think in my frustration and my impatience, I just prematurely exported it and uploaded it. And so you guys probably saw like random ass titles and like captions that were like too long for the screen and got cut off. And like, sorry about that, but also not sorry. Like, I don't really care. Right? Like this channel is for me. And no offense to the tribe or anything. I love you guys. Not really. No. But yes, I'm attempting to learn video editing, and it's very time consuming. I can totally see why when people start a YouTube channel, it becomes like a full-time job because it takes forever. It takes forever. And especially if you want to do it right. Okay, is that another SI thing where it's like, I want to do things so thoroughly and completely and perfectly the way I imagine. And in order to do that, it would become totally a full-time job. And so on that topic, I know yesterday I unpacked a lot of that like mastery of SI that causes or that like motivates FI users to do things as thoroughly and completely and like inside out as possible. And I wanted to show you guys an example of what I'm talking about. And I've always thought that I overdid things if it had my name on it, because there's something in me that I can't submit like half-ass work if it has my name on it, especially if it's something that's in my craft or realm or something like that. Like I don't know how to do a half-ass job, and because of that, like I think I overspend my time on insignificant things, but I can't help it. When that drive in me like kicks in, it's not even like a external pressure. It's like it's completely from the inside, and I can't help it. I can't switch it off. And from a time management perspective, it sucks because I am wasting a lot of time on I could be devoting my time to things that have like way higher priority, but I can't seem to do that if there's something that requires my full attention and initiative, I guess. And so I wanted to just show you what the hell I'm talking about. And okay, so last semester in one of my classes, which was disease in society, fascinating class, by the way. Anyway, we had to make a just like an example poster of what like the CDC or WHO would put out in communities to educate them about certain diseases, or like it's like an educational poster. And it was only worth like 20 or 25 points or something, super insignificant. And I think the professor intended for the students just to like whip up something on Microsoft Word or PowerPoint or something, and just have like the educational parts to show that you understand the assignment. But like, so I come from a background of like design and marketing, and I taught myself Photoshop, which like it's been like the best, most convenient skill to have, because I don't have to rely on people for visual things. It's like I can just do it myself. Anyway, so the assignment was just to create like a one-page poster. And I'm sure other people probably whipped it up in like half an hour or something, but this is like an example of like what I made. Oops, sorry about the glare. So it's like a poster. It's a poster of the Zika virus, and like yeah, that could be posted up for people who need to be careful about the Zika virus and how mosquitoes are the villain in that situation. And like I spent way too long on this. I know I did. And I think when I showed my husband, he was, of course, like impressed, but he was like, I'm pretty sure you spent too long on that. And I know what he's saying. And the thing is, I can't help it. It's like, I don't know how to just do a half-ass job unless I'm really, if I procrastinated and it's due tomorrow, then I will like, shit my pants and put something together. But for these types of creative projects that I have to submit with my name on it, like I literally don't know how to not do like a perfect job because my name is on it. And I want to be proud of the work that I submit, I guess, even though it doesn't even matter because it's for a class, And so after that poster assignment, we had another assignment where we had to do like a comic strip of how vaccines work. And like, this took me so long because the entire process, right? I had to lay out, first of all, like what I need to educate the comic reader, like all the steps. Okay, I'm just gonna show you. So this is the comic that I came up with for how vaccines work. And it's just basically like visually showing what happens in your body when you get a vaccine, and it like activates your immune response system and everything. So like, again, I think this is an example of SI where you do things so overly thoroughly when you care about it, so yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that example. And I don't know, maybe because I get to show you guys, it was worth all the freaking time that I put into this, So yay, thank you. Thank you for appreciating my work. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys that. And also, okay, so a few people have reached out to me saying that they are similar type as me, and like hi guys, it's so cool to hear from you guys. And so one girl, Rose, hi, she made a video where she basically made a video response for me, and she said that we're probably a similar type. And I was laughing throughout the entire video that she made for me because it's basically like one long extensive sleep report. And if you guys are new to this and you don't know what a sleep report is basically anyone who is high in sleep energy. And so because of that just mopiness, they have this responsibility to tell people all about their like tiredness or their boo-boos and cuts and everything, right? And the reason why we do that as mopes is because we're so aware going in that our energy state may not match our whoever we're talking to. And so we feel this like weird need to set up the stage so that they know exactly what they're getting into. So it's almost like a disclaimer of, hey, if I seem really awkward and out of it and not engaged today, it's because I'm really sick and I'm fighting off this cold, or I didn't get much sleep last night. And it's so funny because when you watch people do these sleep reports, it's completely serious. It's so serious. It's like, so yesterday I fell asleep, like I must have been up until 3 a.m. So I only got like 3 hours of sleep. And they're so serious about it. And I think I used to be that way too. And if you go back to my old videos, I totally did that, where I opened up the video saying like, I'm sick today. So and like, that's so funny because you don't really have awareness over it until someone points it out, right? And then it's just this like giant awakening of like, wow. Like there's like, obviously, like the majority of the population like doesn't do that, but we feel the responsibility and need to do that in order to justify like why we're not like, like engaged. And so anyway, I thought that was so funny. She actually was sitting in the car because she got her flu shot, and she even went so far as to like show me her Band-Aid, and she's like, "Oh, this is where I got my flu shot." And like I was just like laughing the whole time because I totally did that in one of my videos too, where I showed everybody like this cut that I had on my finger, and I brought it up to the camera and everything. Oh, and by the way, look how much better it's gotten. Because my husband went to get antifungal cream with me, and now it's so much better. So all of this stuff is like, it's so funny. It's so funny. And so the next time you guys see someone doing a sleep report, like just watch how serious they are about it. Like it's so funny. Okay, but on the whole sleep report thing, it's interesting because there's also like that part of society that says that people, there's like a like a bragging side of that too, where some people will say like, yeah, well, I only got 3 hours of sleep last night, and you know, it's really like prominent maybe in the corporate world where for some reason like more productivity and less rest and less sleep is seen as like I'm better than you. And I think that for sleep people, mopes, I think that it's so funny because that is not the case at all. We are never ever bragging about our state. We're really just like bringing that information to you, saying like this is what you're getting into, and I'm so sorry that I'm totally spacey today, or I don't have as much energy today, or whatever it is. There's absolutely no bragging at all in that. And if you're also a mope, like I think like you guys will agree. Like, do you agree? Like, right? It has absolutely no hint of bragging at all. It's really just like apologizing for our upcoming behavior. And so interesting, so interesting. Okay, so my brother was telling me that I should probably change my YouTube channel name, and I agree. It's like, well, first of all, it's just my name, and I don't think I should have my like name out there. I should probably change the channel name to something a little more like branded or something. But I'm having a little trouble with this because one thing that he suggested, one name that he suggested was something like OP girl. And OP, of course, standing for objective personality, but he also told me that OP in the gaming world means overpowered, and it's basically like a really like a badass character that is like powerful, or like a situation in which someone is so good at like using that specific weapon or gun or something that they call that like a like OP gun use or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not really in the gaming world, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But I thought that was really cool that OP could stand for both of those things. But there's also a part of me that's thinking, okay, but what if OP is not the end of my journey, right? What if this is just one of the stepping stones, and then after this, I branch out into like another type of personality world or whatever it is. So I feel like maybe if I call myself like OP girl or like OP bitch or whatever, like it's very limiting in that sense because yeah, I don't know if I want to confine myself only to OP. And like also I mentioned in another one of my videos that there's a part of me that has a problem with the fact that OP calls itself objective. I think there's so much like truth and like usefulness in its like methods, but at the end of the day, I don't believe that it is objective. And it's because I go into this in one of my older videos if you want to check that out. I don't want to have to like repeat myself again, but yeah, that just the concept of watching videos and then coming up with this super specific type is I just don't think that's objective, because whatever that person is like projecting that day in the videos is essentially what's going to be typed. And I think that for it to be an actual scientific method and objective, then the person who is being observed cannot know that they are being observed. So just that in and of itself makes me a little like, like, I don't think it's objective. And like, part of me feels like maybe they should have called it something else, because people are really, really gonna like hammer that part of the system. Because if you take that part away, I think this is like a fascinating world. I'm learning so much. It's very useful information, especially for like self-growth, right? So I think they should have maybe thought that out a little more. And also a huge thank you to one of my followers who sent me a Medium article about basically challenging whether OP is even objective or scientific. And excellent article. I think I will link that down below in the description. I think all of you should read it. Like, none of us should be going into this thinking that this is like the absolute truth, and that, you know, that shave is like, I don't want it to seem like this is some kind of cult world and they're our cult leader and that they're the only ones that can type us accurately. Because no, I don't think I don't think we should see it that way. I think we should see this really as tools to add to our own just toolbox, our mental toolbox, to be able to sort of just you know, just observe things and come to our own little conclusions that will help us in life and help us to help others in life. That's sort of how I see it. So so I thought about, you know, changing the channel name to like OP girl or OP bitch or something, but I what if I want to branch this channel out into something else, right, over time? And I started this channel initially to practice speaking, but it's morphed over time into my processing of OP. And what if it morphs again into something else and it's already called OP? Then it's just gonna like hold me back and confuse people. And so I'm really struggling with what to call my channel. So if you guys have any ideas or suggestions, please let me know. I think I love personality typing so much that I don't know if I'll ever like stop talking about it, but I do feel like I want to maybe in the future branch out into other types of, I don't know, just like talk type of channel, or like reviews, sharing. I don't know. I think because I am FI, I think FI users do make really great review channels, because they can maybe SIFI, right? Because like not only can they tell you what they like and all the reasons why it's so amazing, and be enthusiastic about it, but shit, I lost my train of thought again. This happens like at least once every video. I'm sorry about that. Oh, right. So, okay, sorry. So, so FI users, SIFI would make really great review videos, but it's one of those things that I've thought about in the past, but I kind of shied away from, because everybody does that, and I don't want to do what everybody's doing. And at the end of the day, like, if I am going to do a review, it has to be something that I actually like, because I have a hard time lying about the things that I like and don't like. And I think it would be so obvious if, for example, I partnered with some product and like, I don't know, maybe like I wanted to do it in order to branch out into more partners. And so I decided to partner with someone to promote their product. I think it would be all over my face that I don't actually believe in the product. And so so that's like another direction that I was considering, but I don't quite know yet. And I was also thinking that because lead SI is so like sensitive to things, to emotional states, to physiological states, to brain chemicals, dopamine, like all of that. I thought to myself, like, SIFI users would probably make an amazing ASMR channel. And this is something that I actually thought about in the past, because like, it's so cool and so like sensitive. And so I always thought I'd be good at it, but then I thought to myself, like, there's so many ASMR channels. I don't want to be just another one. And like, I got into ASMR when it was really obscure, but since then it is a crowded ass space. And so I don't want to be one of them, but deep down inside, I feel like I would make a freaking great ASMR channel. Because some of them are pretty like meh, but some of them are good. So that's another thing I was considering. Like, would you guys want to maybe experience like one video where I do ASMR and you can tell me what you think? Like that would be pretty interesting. But again, it's like the space is crowded and I would have to buy the equipment. And then like, what if it's one of those things where I love it for like a few weeks and then I stop doing it or something. Then it's like that is just like the equipment is just going to lay around my house. It's a waste of money. So I don't know. Okay, so that's another thing I was thinking is that like SI/FI users probably make the best ASMR channels. Let me know what you think about that. Do you think that's right? Do you think another type would be better at ASMR than SI/FI? I don't know. And and then I also considered calling this channel like sci-fi girl or sci-fi bitch, or something to do with that, because I am SI/FI, but then again it was like, but what if that's not my type? Then that's super embarrassing. And so that was nixed early on, even though it is a cool name because it's like sci-fi. Okay, so if you guys have any suggestions for a channel name or something, like help me out. Thanks. Okay, and then yesterday I talked about how Captain Sully was very moving in his stories because he chose words very carefully and understood the weight of the words, and he understood the emotional backing of the words and how it would move people. And so that's something that I very much relate to, and I realized I didn't really expand on it, and so I wanted to talk about that a little bit. So prior to doing these videos, I was very much a writer, a creative writer type of person, and a lot of that had to do with the fact that I'm really shy. I know you guys can't tell in these videos, and it's because I love OP and I'm practicing speaking and I'm getting a little better at it because I'm on week 2 of doing it. But so before this, I was really mostly into writing, and writing is like nice because you can write and then you can edit, revise like however many times you want to get it like to the absolute perfection that you see in your head, and then you can publish it like basically like on the down low, right? Like people, it's out there so people can read it if they want to, and there's minimal like person to person interaction, and it's kind of a nice passive activity for maybe mopes, right, is writing, because we don't always come across well when we're speaking. So before I started this channel, it actually started like much longer ago, maybe like, I don't know, like 4 years ago or something. But I was avidly writing on Quora about my experiences of being an INFP. And of course, please like understand that that's from the Myers-Briggs perspective and not necessarily from OP. So it is very much from the like, yeah, Myers-Briggs INFP stereotype world. And so I used to write a lot of articles, and I thought maybe if you guys wanted to get an example of what I mean by like choosing words and like wanting to describe things as accurately and as vividly as possible, and bringing people into the world with me, I think a great example of that is if you want to check out my Quora articles, and I'll link down below my most popular Quora article, and it's basically answering like, what is it like to be an INFP? And then I really like unpack that and go into that. And yeah, I think that was my most popular article, and I still get like between 2,000 to 4,000 views on my Quora articles, but I'm not very happy with Quora lately. I think they just got very infiltrated with like bot and sponsor type behavior where people were intentionally like downvoting subject experts or like self-promoting or just like linking all their videos, and it just became a shit show. And like I used to really like Quora because it felt like a place for people to share their just like storytelling or like intellectual like opinions or stuff like that. But recently it has just become like another like bro look at me kind of thing. So I haven't been writing on Quora anymore, but I will link down to the article below so that you guys can sort of get a feel for what I mean by choosing words carefully in order to vividly explain what I'm talking about. So yeah, I will link that down below. And then I also wanted to sort of distinguish. I know with SI I talk a lot about memory, and I kind of realize that there's different types of memory, right? Like the memory I'm talking about is really just like life experiences and mental time travel, like just putting yourself exactly back into the place and like looking through your eyes and the exact emotional state that you were in order to conjure up that memory and relive it and spit it back out. So that's what I'm talking about when I talk about memory. But I realize that for some people, they might be thinking memory as in like memorization. And I wanted to distinguish that I am very, very bad at memorization. And I think that has something to do with the FI supporting my SI. And so of course with my FI, it's like I only want to put effort into the things that I like. The things that I like are so sparkly and shiny to me, and the things that I hate are so grimy and like I don't want anything to do with it. And that's something I need to work on, is to stop looking at everything in shades of sparkling and like grimy nasty. But crap, I forgot what I was saying again. Oh yeah, memorization. Okay, so so I'm not good at memorization. Like I'm really bad at remembering people's names. I'm really bad at remembering people's birthdays. I'm really bad at remembering like street name, like all of that type of stuff. To me is stuff that I can look up on Google if I wanted to, and so I don't feel responsible to hold that information in my head. And really what I'm absorbing inside of me is more like observations rather than information, like on paper, if that makes sense. And so yeah, it's like it's such a problem for me. Like I don't remember people's birthdays, and I feel really bad because like you know like people there are people that will go all out for my birthdays and like like wish me a happy birthday every single year, like do nice things for me, write out a long message, and like and I think half the time I don't reciprocate or I forget because I don't I don't know, and it makes me I feel like such an asshole. But at the same time there's a part of me that's thinking like I wish we didn't even like have birthdays, because it's just like another thing to have to remember and worry about, and like it requires so much like energy to even like think about okay what should I get this person, what should I write in the card, what should I, and then to like wrap it and like everything. It just expends so much energy, and so I think I tend to just like not deal with it. And yeah, I mean I'm definitely not winning any points with the tribe, but at this point I don't think I've ever been on the good side of the tribe to begin with. So that's fine. um, Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to distinguish between like memory and memorization. And if you're also SI, I would love to hear about that. And if that's also something that you like struggle with too, like the distinction of like sensory experience memory and observation versus like information memory, I guess. Okay. And like I guess on that note, like SI is supposed to respect okay, so one example that comes up is like respecting the sensory, okay, in terms of words, right? And like how words can play a very significant role in the weight of the emotion, and the direction of the conversation, and all of that. But I also have noticed that I'm very, very sensitive to respecting the like grammar and pronunciation. Like for all of you SI people, like, are you like that too? Where something about grammar has always been instilled in me, and it's something that I can't really explain, but I'm very weird about grammar and spelling and pronunciation. Um, it's not, and it's one of those things where I don't consider it something that I have to resort to looking at a manual and saying, okay, yeah, these are the grammar rules. It's just something that's so ingrained in me and assimilated into me that when I hear something that's not grammatically correct, or when I read something that's not grammatically correct, something in me is like, hey, like you messed it up, or and I know, like, I probably will overlook things because I'm not super detail oriented. Like sometimes, like, I'll write things and it's like so there's so many like typos and things, but it's because like I'm just like not paying attention, and I'm not really like I'm not prioritizing that, and so I'll just like prematurely hit send. But there's a part of me that's like very like weird about just grammar and spelling and stuff like that. And yeah, like, and it's not, it doesn't come from like a grammar Nazi place where I'm like, oh, you're so stupid or anything like that. It's more like respecting the grammar, and um because language is so beautiful if used correctly. And so I just like want people to respect it, I guess. That's so weird. That's such a weird way of thinking about it. But so like one thing that I remember I always used to bring up with my friends and things was the way that we all pronounce things differently. And like I still find that so like interesting. Like for example, okay, so when I first like got together with my husband, he would tell me all the time that I had a Hawaii accent, and it was something that I had to think to myself, oh, I do. And I kind of like intentionally like try to drop it as much as possible. And one example of knowing that someone is from Hawaii is that they'll end a sentence with yeah. So for example, like I used to say all the time, oh, so we're still gonna go to dinner tonight, yeah? And so I used to do that all the time. And when he like shined the flashlight on that and said, this is what you do, I realized like, oh my God, I do that. And so I stopped doing it. And like I think it's so fascinating when people say like the word mountain, like mountain. Like to me it's mountain because there's a T, and like what did like where did that come from, but like I understand it's like a cultural thing and whatever, but like I just think it's so fascinating, like mountain and like button. And yeah, so for me it's mountain and button. But so whenever I hear that, my ears always perking. I'm like, what'd you say? And like I want to like unpack it more, and people are always like, what? Like, yeah, I think I excessively bring attention to that type of stuff. And even like I had a friend from Minnesota, I think, and he used to say like, oh yeah, like, do you want to go play laser tag? Or like, I'm gonna go grab my bag. And I thought it was so funny. Or like, like other people would say like, oh, I'm gonna drink some water. And I don't know, I think it's cool. I think it's cool because I respect pronunciation so much that I forget that there's these little quirks. And when I hear the quirks, it's like it's really funny and cute and adorable to me. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Okay, and then another thing I wanted to talk about was how like SI users are very observant and absorbing of sensory details. And it's not really like the sensory, like the sensory things, it's the sensory details of how it makes us feel, and like how it feels in our hands, and it's really like the details of the sensory. And one thing I wanted to mention that might be interesting to you guys is that I have profound hearing loss, and so that means that that affects one of my senses, right? And so like this is something that I am incredibly ashamed about. I've never openly talked about my hearing loss, and like I've had hearing aids since I was maybe 7, maybe 7, and I still remember like the first day I got the hearing aids, the teacher, when I went to class, said, okay, class, every week we're gonna change seats so you guys can get out of your comfort zone and like sit next to new people, with the exception of Candace. And then she slams her hand down on my desk and says, because she needs to always sit in the front row because of her hearing loss. And I was so embarrassed. I was like, bitch, like, why would you say that? Like, I don't know. I think ever since then, I've been really like insecure and ashamed about my hearing loss. And because of that, I just refused to wear my hearing aids. And which is not good, because ever since then, I would say my hearing, or just my the area in my brain that's supposed to interpret all of the sound signals and things, is probably turning into mush. And so I always think to myself, like, I should probably start wearing hearing aids again, but I don't. And so just so you guys like like know the extent of my hearing loss, my left ear is as good as deaf, and my right ear is operating at about maybe like 60 to 70%. It kind of changes every time I go and get it tested, but it's around there. So this is my good ear, and this is the only ear that I can like have conversations with or like hold the phone to. I will never hold my phone on this ear because I can't hear it. It's like I hear it, but it's so muffled and jarbled. It's kind of like you know, if you hold a magnifying glass like in precision, you can see something bigger, but if you just hold it in front of your eye, like everything's just kind of blurry. So it's kind of like that, where yes, the hearing aids will make the sound louder, but it doesn't make it more precise in the way that like your specific prescription glasses would. And that's the best way I can describe it, which is why I'm really excited for Elon Musk's the Neuralink thing, because I wonder if I get that it'll fix my hearing, and that like one day I'll be able to experience like perfect hearing, because I actually cannot imagine a world in which I have perfect hearing. And so I was always that kid that like I felt so left out because I could never like catch everything that was going on. And like as an SIFI, you can imagine how frustrating that is, right? Because I always want to know, like I'm always trying to collect all of the detailed observations that I possibly can in the moment. And that's how I'm able to sort of like figure out, okay, this is what's happening, is my my senses. But since I lack that, it's been a very, very difficult journey for me. And there are many times where I really avoid social situations and things because like I just can't hear people in a group setting, especially when we had like classroom setups where it was like a circle discussion. Like I cannot, I purposely in every situation sit on the left side of things so that my right ear is basically picking up everything. But in a circle, everything to the left of me is basically like nothing. And so I really struggled a lot socially and like in school and lectures and those types of things because of my hearing loss. And so to make up for that, I'm very, very observant about like watching people's faces, expressions, like hand motions. And that might be a reason why I do those things too, is almost like to aid people. And like I am very conscious of like lip reading. So when I'm looking at someone, I definitely like, I'm looking at like how their mouth is moving and what their body is saying. And that's how I'm able to sort of make up for my hearing loss. And yeah, I'm curious if there's any other SIFIs that have some type of like hearing loss or like some disability that affects them, because I'm sure they feel it a lot. And I have a lot of sympathy for you guys, because yeah, like our senses are so important to us, and to have one that is not operating at like full capacity is very, very hindering. And so I'm very excited for Elon Musk's Neuralink, because yeah, I cannot imagine a world where I can actually like overhear things, like I can't do that. I can't do any of that. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed for a hopeful future in which I do have perfect hearing, because that would be just like one of the most amazing things that I will ever experience. So yeah, keeping my fingers crossed. Okay. And oh yeah, and then I guess in order to also make up for that hearing loss, I have to watch everything with captions. I have to, unless, you know, I have headphones on and I'm like lip reading and listening too, then I'm okay. But if I'm watching something on TV or movies, especially action movies where there's just like explosions and all this crap going on, and then it's like, what? So I do have to watch everything with captions. And again, there is that obsessive SI part of me that, you know, I want to not miss anything. And so I think maybe even if I didn't have hearing loss, I might still use captions, because it's still providing more information and details than I could possibly be picking up. And so I want to like absorb the entire thing in its entirety. And yeah, okay. So anyway, I feel like that was a really long video. Again, I don't have a timer or anything going. I really should, but so I think I'm gonna stop the video there. Also, I have this giant like notice for me, like a note card to remind me to turn off my phone today, and I did, because in my past videos I noticed that throughout the video my phone will like buzz on the table, and I totally didn't realize that was happening. And so I turned it to silent today so that you guys don't have to deal with that. Okay, and then also I'm hoping to get like a better setup, like a little soundproofing thing, so that the audio is a little better for you guys. And like way in the future, I thought it would be super cool if I got one of those like really plush, awesome, high quality, expensive gamer chairs that I could just like sit in and talk to you guys from. That's just me, you know, wishful thinking into the future. But one time when I went to one of those like gaming conventions, this was for work. I'm not a gamer, but when I went to one of those gaming conventions, they had all of those like premium gaming chairs lined up. You know, like the ones that the real like celebrities in the esports use. And like, wow, guys, those chairs are so comfortable but so expensive. It supports like literally everything. It's amazing. It's like a little cocoon. Yeah, one of my dreams is to get one of those in the future. Okay, well, anyway, that was a really random and long video, and thanks for sitting through it, and thanks again for watching my ridiculous videos. If you have an idea for what I should change my channel name to, please message me. Please comment or message me, because I know some of you are shy and don't want to do public comments, so just message me. That's fine too. I'll get back to you. So okay, thank you for watching my ridiculous videos. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.